Welcome to room 9, the region's largest classroom. I am Mrs. Wright and I teach at Monroe Elementary. I almost said I teach second grade, but I teach first grade. I am teaching you second grade. I teach at Monroe Elementary in St. Charles. So I'm teaching second grade reading, a lesson, and all ages of people, old, young, teenagers, anyone can learn with us. We are going to talk more about text features. So our objective for today is I will be able to identify and use nonfiction text features. Okay, so before I get going, I am just gonna do some stretches because honestly, I'm feeling a little bit tired. Molly! Molly, come here! What were you doing up there? Tell them what you were doing. Come here. Oh! She didn't hurt me. Come here, tell them what you were doing. Tell them, what were you doing? She was running. I'm recording this. I'm in my basement. She was sprinting up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. Could you hear her? They could hear you. Molly, you're such a good girl. We are going to learn, Molly, more about text features. Say hi. Okay, do you want to get down? All right, I'll see you later. Okay, get down. Come on, get down. Well, you want to learn with us? All right, stay right here then. That's fine. You can stay right here. Okay, so like I was saying, we are going to continue learning about nonfiction text features, but before we can do that, we need to take some deep breaths and make sure that we are ready to learn. Make sure that we are in a spot that's good for both our brain and our body. That's right, our spot that's good for both our brain and our body. Molly, this is ridiculous. You're gonna have to go, okay? I love you. I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, if this makes you happy. Stop it. Okay, we gotta get going. Molly, I have to teach. Come on. Okay. One more high. Yes, you are a good girl. Okay. There you go. All right. Well, that was interesting. So, Molly better be going to find a spot that's good for her body. That's not on top of me, right? Okay. So, I'm in a spot that's good for both my brain and my body. I need to do some stretches though because I'm feeling like a little tired, okay? So stretch up really high to the ceiling. Oh, put your hands together, go this way. Put your hands together, go that way. Oh, spin around. Oh, it feels good. All the way up. Oh, all right. I'm ready now, okay? So, more nonfiction text features. We have this big old chart that we have been writing on, and it tells us all these text features we've learned. Today, I want you to tell me what you remember about nonfiction text features so far. And which text feature is your favorite? I'll let you go first, and then I'll tell you which one. So, tell me what you've learned so far. Tell me that first. What have you learned so far about nonfiction text features? Yes, so nonfiction text features are there to help you understand the book, right? They're there to guide you through the book. And they don't have those in fiction books. That's awesome. Yeah, so nonfiction text features, they give you more information, they give you information in different ways, and they give you information repeatedly sometimes, which is kind of good. So, what's your favorite nonfiction text feature? That's what I want to know. Which one do you like to use the best? Those are some good ones. My favorite nonfiction text feature, I don't know, can I pick two? I really love captions. I love the pictures, so I like to understand what's happening in the picture. So I like to read, like look at the picture and then read about it. I really like the captions. Just because I'm a visual person, so seeing something and then reading about it helps me understand that information. So I love the captions. I also love like fun fact boxes. Sometimes certain books have like jokes in them, or it'll be just like a little like, did you know, right? I just like those because it's a bunch of random information, okay? So today we are going to read this book with the permission of Crabtree Publishing Company. Thank you, Crabtree. And this book is called Endangered Leopards. And there's a text feature in here that we haven't learned yet. And so, I don't know. I think you'll see it. But there's just so much. Okay, let's do that binocular thing. Are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna go super slow, not super slow. I always say that and then I go fast. Okay, we're gonna flip through. You're gonna have your binoculars or your magnifying glass, and you're gonna look for nonfiction text features that we haven't seen yet, okay? Okay, here we go. Okay, before we get started, come here, come here, come here. Now she's taking up too much time. She brought a toy. Can I have it? Because she wants to play. Okay, whenever you're ready. All right, so get those binoculars out. See if there's a text feature that we haven't come across yet. Maybe one that we haven't seen yet. Wondering what it's called. Okay, I think everything. Okay, I think that's it. Ooh. Okay, did you see him? I did. Let's go. I'm so excited. So this right here, I was like, what? Look, it says words to know. So it's all these, we haven't seen this in another book yet, right? Have not seen this. So it's a little bit of like part of the glossary, but look, the glossary is still there. So it must mean that these words are like really, really, really important to understand for reading the whole book. Okay, so let's read them. Words to know. Scientists use certain words to describe animals in danger. Some of these words are listed below. Vulnerable describes animals that may soon become endangered. Endangered describes animals that are in danger of dying out in the wild. Critically endangered describes animals that are at high risk of dying out in the wild. Extinct describes animals that have died out or that have not been seen in the wild for at least 50 years. It's kind of sad. So that is important to know as you read this book, okay? Now, that was like a glossary in a different location, which was kind of fun. Now, this right here is very, very interesting because this is an illustration and then it has these words: lion, domestic cat, tiger. These words are called labels, okay? Labels are just either words or short phrases that quickly tell you what it is. A caption, this is how it's different than a caption. Because a caption, a diagram, and labels sometimes get confused, and we're going to talk about each of them. Labels is just a quick what it is. It might be just one or two words or a short phrase, but it doesn't do a lot of explaining. Captions, like this one, they do some explaining. It's a full sentence, and it tells you what's happening in the picture. So this information is quick. Like, this is a lion, this is a domestic cat, this is a tiger. Go, right? Fast information. This right here is a sentence. It says, this mother is watching over her babies as they nurse. So there's a little more to it. It's teaching you multiple things in this picture. That leopards can have babies, that they nurse, like they drink milk from their mom, right? Whereas this is just teaching you quickly. Lion, tiger, domestic cat, okay? So labels teach you things quickly, one word or short phrases. Captions are full sentences that tell you about the picture. I know you got all that, right? Okay, I'm excited because now we have another type of nonfiction text feature. And this one sometimes gets a little confusing between labels and captions, okay? So this one is called a diagram. And this is how I remember it. A diagram is usually using arrows, not always, usually using some type of arrows, and sometimes it's words. Sometimes it's always words. Sometimes it's phrases, and sometimes it's full sentences, okay? But it's always kind of like in a certain area. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So this is a diagram of a leopard, okay? So this is what friends might say, oh, that's a caption. Well, yes, but it's part of a diagram, okay? So this right here, in diagrams, usually place the information close to whatever the arrow is pointing to, okay? So really, this could not have an arrow and it would still be a diagram, but more than likely all diagrams have arrows. So it says, a leopard's tail is almost as long as its body. Having a long tail helps the leopard keep its balance as it runs and makes sharp turns. So that was full sentences, but it's right here and it's pointing to whatever it's talking about. And the picture isn't changing. This whole diagram is using the same picture, and then it's explaining each section of the diagram. Okay, so let's keep reading. This part over here, it says a leopard has good hearing, and the arrow is pointing to the ear. A leopard also has excellent vision. It can even see well in the dark, and it's pointing to its eye. A leopard has strong jaw muscles and sharp pointed teeth for tearing meat, and it's pointing to the mouth. A leopard uses its big paws and sharp claws to grab and hold animals it hurts, and it's pointing to the paw. Okay? So this is called a diagram, right? A diagram. A diagram is the same picture, and there's like captions or labels with arrows explaining different parts of the picture. Okay? Okay. I got you. I know you got it. And then there was one other nonfiction text feature I saw. Okay, here we go. This is different. It's kind of like it is a diagram, really, but it's a little different because it's not exactly the same type of diagram that we saw before. So this has like an image in the background, and it's showing the life cycle of leopards, okay? Giving you the life cycle of leopards. Okay, here we go. So that's another diagram. This is another diagram. We're using this book also with permission from Crabtree Publishing, and A Dolphin's Body. So this is another type of diagram. Again, arrows with words, phrases, or captions explaining specific parts of the picture. It's not just talking about all of the picture. It's explaining specific parts, still here, of the picture. Okay? All right. So let's see. Ooh, look, another diagram. This book is full of diagrams. This is like explaining, it looks like the inside. Whew. Look inside. The heading helped me figure that out. The inside of a dolphin's body. Kind of crazy, right? Let's keep going and see what else we see. Now this isn't a diagram, it's just using the arrows to explain the ways that a dolphin moves. Sorry, I'm having issues turning this page. This is similar to a diagram. This is an illustration with arrows and phrases. So do you see how that's phrases? And the one in the leopard book and the earlier one in the dolphin book, they were full sentences. So diagrams can be sentences, they can be phrases. Okay? All right, let me see. This is a good way to get quick information, right? Labels give you quick information. So this says dolphin brain and a human brain. So it looks like dolphins have bigger brains than we do. Whoa, did you just see how that text feature worked? Did you hear me? That was amazing. I didn't even read any of the thing. I just looked at it and I said, oh, one's a dolphin brain, one's a human brain. Dolphin brain, human brain. Looks like dolphins have bigger brains. Bam! That's why nonfiction text features are so important. You can learn information so quickly, okay? Sorry, let me pick up my leopard book that I dropped when I was getting so excited. Oh, now this was in the leopard book as well. And this is an area where it says leopards online. Okay, so sometimes nonfiction books have these sections where you can go and learn more about the topic. So this listed different websites, and this one again is also a listing of other websites. But I have seen it before where maybe it'll list other books on the topic, okay? So this one, where is it, guys? Oh, here we go. Tell me this text feature. Ready? We're going to go on a hunt. This is a table of contents. Woo! Okay, name all the ones you can see on this page. Go. Caption. Good. Heading. Subheading. Real picture. Illustration. Awesome. We're on a hunt. Let's keep going. Oopsies. Oh. What else do you see? Oh, shouting them out. Let's go. Shout them out. Or whisper shout, whatever you want to do. Heading. Subheading. Diagram. Caption. Real picture. Yep. Don't leave out that illustration. Good job. Okay. Let's see about, I'm trying to trick you. Can I trick you? Can I trick you? Can I trick you? I don't think I can trick you. Oh, wait, here. This one will trick you. I know. Guys, did the oh, go. That was, took me way too long. That's right. Those are labels, not a diagram. Labels, real pictures. Nice. Okay, what do you see on this page? Glossary, index. Woo! And then subheading, heading, real pictures. The real pictures are amazing. So we have kind of run out of room on the chart, so we're not going to be able to chart it really, but I thought it would be kind of cool if we read a little bit about dolphins, because I think dolphins are super cool, and I want to read about the dolphin senses on page 20. Okay, so here we go. Dolphin senses. Just as a dolphin's body is well suited to the water, so are its senses. Dolphins have excellent hearing and vision and a highly developed sense of touch. The importance of touch. That's a subheading. Dolphins use touch to learn more about their surroundings. So pause. This helps me as a reader because I know this whole page is about senses, but this specific section is just about the sense of touch. Their skin contains a complex system of nerves that can sense heat and the movement of ocean currents. Dolphins also use touch in another way. They use it to strengthen their bonds with other dolphins. And then it says, see page 30. Well, guess what? In nonfiction books, I don't have to read them in order, and I want to know how it helps them, so I'm going to page 30. Whoa. Fascinating body facts. Staying in touch. Dolphins have very sensitive skin and seem to enjoy being touched. Touching is also a way that dolphins relate to one another. Dolphins are social animals, and most belong to groups. Groups cooperate in finding food and hunting. Touching helps dolphins get to know members of their groups. Mother dolphins touch their babies often to make them feel secure. Now I could keep reading on this page, or I could go back to the page I was reading on. Let's go finish about their senses. Hang on. I really like learning about dolphins. Do you? Yeah, they're pretty cool. Can dolphins taste? Like humans, dolphins have taste buds on their tongues, and they can tell if something is bitter, sweet, sour, or salty. Taste gives them information about their environment. Do they have a sense of smell? A sense of smell is not very useful in water, so it is not likely that dolphins are able to smell. A dolphin's blowhole opens only above water, so it could not smell anything underwater, and dolphin brains have no smell receptors or cells that recognize smell. Ooh. Seeing above and below water. So this must have to do with their eyes. Dolphins can see well above and below water. Strong muscles around their eyes allow them to move their eyeballs around to see ahead as well as to the sides. Dolphins can even move each eye in a different direction. Not only do dolphins have movable eyeballs, but they also have stretchy pupils that can focus on objects near and far. Dolphins can also open their pupils wide underwater to let in more light and close them down to slits above water to shut out bright sunshine. Wow. Excellent hearing. Even though dolphins have no external ears, they can hear extremely well both underwater and above the ocean surface. Sounds such as those made by approaching animals or by raindrops hitting the ocean surface help dolphins receive information about their environment. Most scientists believe that sound travels to a dolphin's inner ear through its jaw. A dolphin's ear canal is separated by foam-filled air spaces that keep out unnecessary noises. Wow. Whew. Okay, now let's look at this real picture. and then I will read the caption for us. Excellent senses of sight and hearing give dolphins information about their environment. These dolphins can hear and sense the fish behind them. The dolphins at the bottom of the picture are using another special sense that very few animals have. Turn the page and find out what it is. Oh my gosh, they're keeping me hanging. A dolphin super sense. Oh my gosh, echolocation. We're running out of time. Okay, I'll just give you the quick version. Okay, echolocation, so it's a bold word. This is an extra sense that dolphins have. Let me go back to the glossary that tells you what words mean and look up. This is what I mean. Sometimes it's not in the glossary. Now I gotta go back to the page. Wait, I'm gonna use the index. Index, I can learn about echolocation on pages 22 to 23, 27, and 29. Let's see. Okay, 29, let's see. Echolocation, echolocation, echolocation. Sonar equipment produces very similar sounds to echolocation. Okay, now what we're looking for. 27. Okay. Keep reading to find out what echolocation. Oh, much of the dolphin's brain is used to interpret echolocation information. So that's why the dolphins have such big brains. Okay, now it says echolocation, seeing and hearing. It's a special system. Echolocation creates sounds and uses other echoes to investigate the surrounding environment or locate objects. Wow, that is so cool. I hope you guys loved learning all about these text features, and I hope that the next time you read a nonfiction book, you use them. Bye guys, see you next time.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.